Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I just come on and decided to do some EFT. If any of you have come on, that would be great. I will do some inviting in a moment and see whether we can get everyone to come on and do a meditation. It's going to be a tapping meditation, so 10 minutes every day if we can get around to it, because the thing is, I think we need to set ourselves up for the day. Many of you probably already do meditate and many of you don't. But one of the things that can often be a problem is that people find it very hard to meditate by just sitting really quietly. And actually, we don't need to do that. We can do a direct form of meditation in a way of just learning and establishing what needs to have happen for us in the process of meditating. So what I have thought about is EFT, which we know is a very, very powerful technique. And what it does is it allows our brain to come into sync. So what would be helpful is if you already do EFT, that you do it your own way, but that you come on and you become part of the story, the part of the journey with all of us. If there's something in that EFT that you kind of think, oh, I'd like to add to this, let me know and you can run one of these 10-minute sessions. I'd be really grateful. Anyone who wants to do that I would be absolutely happy if you did that. What would be helpful is that there are two parts to this. You know, we all have mirror neurons. And we all have the ability to empathize, and we all have the ability to empathize with ourselves, but also with others. So one of the things which there seems to be a lot of research in that shows that if we actually tap or do meditation for others, there is a bystander effect. We get an effect too. In fact, we sometimes get more. So it's about giving first and then receiving. So it may be that it would be more useful is to use your feeling that you experience with your fear and imagine that in somebody else. And we'll tap away at that so that we create a different kind of paradigm for 10 minutes. So it would be that you would focus on one person that you know that you feel would need some love and attention. Someone you know that's anxious, someone that you know is frightened. And send them this kind of love, or send them the protection for the coronavirus. So you're wanting to send energy to other people. You want to raise their vibration. Because the thing is, we are all one. I know that we kind of go, yeah, but we are. You know, if we think of the idea, you know, God is too big to be a male or a female. God is too big for that. But God is the essence, the fabric of the universe, everything and nothing. And so therefore, God is in us. We're in the spark, the divine spark of God. And so for us, it really is about recognizing when we see and care for other, we care for ourselves indirectly, because we cannot not do that. So what I'm going to do today is we'll go through some of the tapping. Now everybody, there are many different ways of tapping. But what I am going to use is I'm going to use both my hands because I've got two hands, and I actually find it helps me with focusing a little bit more. So here you can do it this way. What I'd like you to do is to recognize that there are two things. One is we want to be able to bring online two parts of our brain. We want to bring online parts of our brain that are fearful, and we want to bring parts of our brain that are wise. Yeah, we want to have this older, younger part that is there and it's causing us to go into the fear-driven cycle. And we want to bring that part of us that knows, and the best part of being our age now. And we want to be able to bring those two so that they can communicate in a very safe way. And this is really how we always work when we want to change things. we create a paradigm where both of these come online at the same time and we update them. So it's really important that while you're saying it, you keep being aware of the things that are getting in the way. So those thoughts that are unhelpful to you, those thoughts, we want to verbalize them, we want to name them. By naming them, we bring the awful into being so that we can accept, acknowledge, and let it move on. Yeah? So that's really what this part of today is doing, and we will start now. So for those of you that don't know how to tap, we're going to tap on certain meridian points. So we're going to start with the karate chop. Now you can do this if you like, if you're doing it bilaterally, so both hands. You can chop on the edges of on the sides of your hands like the karate chop, or you can do it that way on each space, or you can just tap with one hand. I don't mind, whatever you fancy, all right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to tap over here on the top of our eyes, all right? Tap on the sides, tap underneath our eye, tap using whichever hand you want to, tap under your nose, on your chin over here. This is a particularly really good one. Then you can tap over here on your arm, under your shoulders, on your shoulder bone, clavicle. I often just tap here, so you can do that, or you can just tap here if you're in the middle of the midline, and then we'll go to the top of your head. It doesn't matter whether you make a mistake, all right? It doesn't matter. What matters is that you just focus, stay in sync with yourself, because just stay tapping in that space until we come back down. No problem, okay? So just be cool, go with it, enjoy the process. What I would like you to do is do a couple of things. Make sure that you're going to be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. Also, locate, now maybe we could do that now, is to locate where the feeling is in your body. So if you're feeling a little bit of anxiety, or if you're worried about someone else, and often it works if you worry about someone else, because that is ultimately one of the biggest fears, is to kind of think, well, where do I feel that in my body? Very often, when it's a woman, it's in your stomach, really in your solar plexus, but not always. Often it's here in our chest where we're scared, or in our throat. What I want you to do is really get in touch with that part of you, that aspect which is kind of going, all right? And just very gently check in. Have a look where it is, okay? Check very quickly. And then what I'd like you to do is get a sense, if you can, of a color and a shape particularly. So has it got a color or a shape? May even have a sound. Just kind of really look. Just get a sense of where it is that you're locating that. Is it has it got a buzzy feeling, a constricted feeling? What's the feeling? And then I want you to give it a rating out of 10. So where 10 is going to be the most scary, the most disturbing, the most unresolved, and 0 being calm, right? So give it a rating where you are, because the aim is we want to bring it down to the level between a 0 and a 2. All right. So let's go with that, and let's see how you go along. And remember, there's no perfection here, right? There's no perfection. It's just about doing. It's just about getting the process done and allowing your body to begin this process of programming and reprogramming. Okay, so here we are. Let's go for it. All right, so we can start. I'm going to just do it with both hands because I like doing it with both hands. So even though I'm fearful and I don't know what to do, so you could repeat after me. Even though I'm fearful and I don't know what to do, I totally love and trust myself anyway. Even though I'm really frightened and I'm so scared that life is just changing too fast. I totally love and trust myself anyway. And even though life is awful and I really don't know what to do, and I can't see an end of it now, I totally love and trust myself anyway. Okay. These thoughts, and you can repeat after me, these thoughts are really annoying me. These thoughts are scaring me. These thoughts, they seem very real. Top of the clavicle. These thoughts don't seem to want to go away. Take a breath in. These thoughts, they don't seem to stop. Top of the head. I wonder how come they're here. But I know these thoughts are here. And I know I want to let them go. Top of the eyebrows. These thoughts are cyclical. Take a breath in. These thoughts, and out as you breathe out. I want them to go. These thoughts cause me to be anxious. These thoughts I don't need to know. Now pay attention to what this thought, this feeling in my body. It hurts me to carry it so. My heart, on your heart, my heart is finding it difficult to cope. And I don't know where to go. So let's go with what your thoughts are thinking. Let's bring out there, let's name what is going on for you. These thoughts are causing me to be anxious. And I'm fearful that I don't know how I will cope. But I know that there is a way. I just don't know it yet. The way to go. These thoughts and feelings are happening. Just remember to breathe in and out. Nice and slowly. They are so real that I just don't know. But I do know one thing for certain. Under your nose, I do want to let them go. I do want to let them go. I've managed so far to be here. I've managed despite many things that have happened. And I know that although these thoughts are here, I know that they will eventually go. I can see the anxiety building. I can see it around me. I hear it in every news broadcast. It fills me with such anxiety. All this information is hard to let go. I worry for myself and others. I worry what it is that it can be. And I know that as I do this, I'm taking charge to set myself free. And do you know, I don't know how it can change things. But then I don't know everything there is in life. But I do know that my body can do things beyond what I ever thought I knew. And it can seem that often simple things are the very best ways to go. Just like a baby, you tap a chest or rub a tummy. That lets the body know. That I'm strong, that I'm capable, that I have all the resources within me to know that I just need to name my feelings, bring them out, keep them from not being hidden, because only then I can let them go. The more I look at my feelings, the more I name the fear that lies within, the greater my potential to see deep within, to let the spark shine. I free myself when I choose to look. I free myself when I choose to see what's right. I free myself when I see the deeper truth. The deeper truth about my life. I am strong and I am capable. My body knows how to resonate, bound and free. My body knows how to release what it needs to release. My body knows how to set me free. And so as I practice and go within, I let the taps of the gentle streams of insight drop. I create the space for a clear environment to allow my immune system to kick in. I thank my body for working so well. I thank my body for all it served me. All those times when it's healed my cuts and bleeds. All those times it's healed me from ill. I never really understood, and I thank it for doing its job without me even knowing. I thank it for doing what it's done perfectly, and I give it now what it needs to do the job again. I create the space within that opens the door. I create the space to create the harmony. I create the space to let in the joy that I've been scared to let in. I open my heart to joy. I open my heart to love. I open my heart to happiness. I open my heart to God above. I let the God come in. I let my frequency, top of the eyes, rise. I let my vibration expand. I let myself become wise. I bring all my resources to me. I pull them now in one spot. They sit in the very center of me, in that place I very nearly forgot. In your chest, this is the place of my eternal source. This is the place where my deeper truth lies. This is the place I no longer hide or am in disguise. This is the place I'm infinitely wise. So as you let yourself enjoy the calmness, as I let myself set myself free, I take some time to name the feelings, and I watch them as they resonate free. I forgive myself for the strain I've put myself under. I forgive myself for what I have and have not done. I forgive myself for doing anxiety. And I forgive myself what I want. I bless myself today. I bless others outside me. I know that we are all equal. I know on the top of the eyes that we are all one. So I take time to rejoice in this moment. Under the eyes, I take time to set myself free. I take time to truly love myself. I take time to set myself free. And I enjoy this moment, being with you all, enjoying the moment of being free. As I sit quietly and take a moment and let myself truly be me. Okay, so watch this video again, enjoy it. You can do it several times during the day if that's what you would like to do. It's going to be on, obviously. Come in, do it at least once a day. I'm going to try and do this at 8 o'clock every morning if I can do it. Some days, obviously, I've got other things on, but I will get on. And if there's a day that you want to run it, please join and do it, because I really believe that we're all here for each other. And the only way that we can really get each other into a good state is we have to change our vibration. Right? I believe the reason that the people that have really got ill are the people that have really been in the space where their bodies have been overloaded and their clearing systems are not working properly. So they're dense, which means that the virus has more of a chance to get in. So the more we raise our frequency, the more we make our bodies more light and less dense, the more chance we will free any opportunity where there's a virus sitting, and it will free itself. And you might even experience a slight raise in temperature. That's just because the virus has been kicked out of the cell and into the blood, and the immune system is now going chomp, 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 chomp. Okay, so we create heat in order to kill viruses. That's the natural way we do it. So be aware that it is a good thing. And if we're doing it with a raised vibration, we will not get such a high temperature. In actual fact, we'd get enough of a temperature that would kill the virus. So probably about 39 rather than 42, which is really awful, I must say, because I have experienced that. And it was such a headache. I never ever had such a headache in my life. But I understand why. So allow yourself to just get to know knowledge. Every time you hear something, talk about it, feel it, hear it, name it, name it. Yes, that's what I'm feeling. Yes, that's understandable. Yes, of course, with all that information, of course, I'm going to have some concern. Allow yourself to name it and then give a validation why that fear can be there. And then change it to concern. All right? So allow yourself to enjoy the rest of the day, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.